video, I'll be talking about the story of the famous hypercar company Pagani and its founder Horacio Pagani in a total of 8 chapters. The 5th chapter is the most important of them, all being the turning point of Pagani. So let's begin with the founder, Horacio Pagani. On November 10, 1955, Horacio Pagani was born in a town in Argentina called Casilda. From a young age, he had a passion for cars and dreamed of becoming a car designer. The piecita, or the closet, in his native town in Argentina is the room where the young creator would disappear to work with balsa wood, drawing and carving those little models that would one day turn to his eyes as the most beautiful cars in the world. Fast forwarding to 1972. Before finishing high school, Horacio had the chance to build with his own hands a 4-wheeled vehicle. A company in Mar del Plata in fact offered a plastic body kit, reinforced with fiberglass, to be adapted to the frame of another car. In Argentina, the vehicle was known as Dune Buggy. Horacio was immediately captured by the new challenge. He launched himself into the project and wasted no time in buying the bodywork. At a scrapyard, he found a Renault Dauphine, in bad condition and with a broken engine. History was repeating again. From that moment on, all his energies were concentrated on his new adventure, which exceeded in effort and complexity. After 5 months of hard and patient work, the buggy was finally complete, painted in a bright new livery, registered and ready to be driven as any other vehicle on the streets of Casilda. This part of his story is one of the many struggling parts of his life. In early 1974, at age of 18, Horacio Pagani entered the course of industrial design at the Faculty of Fine Arts of the National University of La Plata. He settled in the city, 450 kilometers away from his hometown Casilda, in a typical residence for students, with the intention of spending there the next 5 years of his life. At the time, Argentina was shaken by political unrest. The course attended by Horacio was discontinued during the academic year because of the repeated suspension of the classes. The year after La Plata opened with the same problems, thus Horacio decided to attend the course of mechanical engineering at the National University of Rosario. However, as months passed, a gradual sense of frustration took over his soul. All that he had always been more passionate about seemed now light years away. These were the years when Horacio Pagani made his first ever commercial cars. In the solitude of a city block sparsely populated and far from home, Horacio began to live his days and to develop its works, inviting friends and anyone who wanted to visit the place that, with thinly veiled pride, he used to call factory. The 80-square-meter Tajer, made of hollow brick blocks, corrugated iron roof and equipped with basic hand tools, was operating in only 4 months. In 1978, the individual company Horacio Pagani Design made its first appearance on the market with a caravan prototype. At the Industrial and Commercial Exhibition of Casilda, it was named the Alpine. He obtained an immediate positive outcome, and finding buyers was not a problem. As the young Horacio wished, other orders followed from customers looking for particular designs. He was asked to build camper vans and to equip pickup trucks for cargo transport. The years from 1979 to 1983, Pagani had developed the first F2 car. With Agustin B. Monti, F2 champion, it was love at first sight. They signed a verbal agreement and informed the sports press. The Pagani F2 made its debut, with number 1, in March 1979 at the Las Parejas Autodrome. Horacio used to spend the week at his workshop, dealing with special orders. Among the most difficult challenges that he had to face at that time, there was the contract for the construction of 2 units of a prototype commissioned by the Road Laboratory of the Institute of Research and Development of the National University of Rosario. This passionate relationship between Pagani and Lamborghini began many years before Horacio Pagani started working for the company based in Santa Agata. He was fascinated by Bertone's style, an industrial Italian design company. He admired his work and felt a great harmony of style with the designer, father of the most fascinating Lamborghini of all time, the Miura and Countach. The meeting with Alfieri, general director of Lamborghini at the time, proved successful. The engineer was impressed by the work shown and ended up offering him to join a project that had just started, the LM. Horacio Pagani was the first to believe in the technology of composite materials. against the will of Lamborghini, he bought an autoclave at his own expense to develop, even for the same Lamborghini, new solutions for the body and the chassis. Now on to the next project Pagani worked on. The P140 was supposed to be a small Lamborghini to be launched together with the emerging Diablo, which would replace the Countach as top-of production model. The Pagani's P140 anticipates some of the solutions that will be adopted many years later on the Gallardo. In 1985, Horacio Pagani and his team built the very first car entirely made of composite materials, the Countach Evolution, which will lay the basis for all future applications of carbon fiber and composite materials in the automotive industry. 2 years later, on the occasion of the 25th anniversary of the company, Lamborghini decided to resume the restyling of the Countach, and the project was entrusted to Horacio Pagani, and this represented a great opportunity for him. He sketched some solutions for the new parts of the car, which were then realized and had an extraordinary commercial success. In the early 90s, Horacio tried his hand in the design of a new car, which should have been produced for the 30th anniversary of the company. After finally gaining all this experience with cars, Pagani decided to make his car. In 1991, Horacio Pagani left Lamborghini and established his own company, Pagani Automobili S.p.a, in Modena, Italy. This marked a significant turning point in Pagani's career, as he set out to realize his vision of creating his own line of high-performance supercars. Interrupted the collaboration with Lamborghini, Pagani concentrated his energies on the design of a new car. He was convinced that the projects he had been imagining did not reflect the House of the Charging Bull. It was time to think of a 100% Pagani car. To finance the Zonda project, Modena Design develops composite materials for many companies of the industry and not, participating in both the construction of prototypes and the manufacture of parts for Formula One and for the aerospace industry. During this incessant work, the company gets to an always deeper knowledge on carbon fiber, which led to the design and realization of the first 100% Pagani car. Horacio knew about the uphill battle ahead of him, but was determined to see the obstacles he would encounter as the inevitable stages of a way of life that would have allowed the realization of his dream. Horacio Pagani began this adventure with barely any means. Until 1998, he funded the Zonda C12 project exclusively by himself, aware that no one would believe in such a challenge if he himself had doubted. The intention was to create a car so captivating on an emotional level that a customer would buy it without even thinking. The car was supposed to have the sensual traits. Horacio thought of combining the sinuosity of a curvy woman with the aggressive look of a fighter bomber. That is, the ultimate expression of speed, technology, exaggeration, and engineering. Taking as stylistic inspiration the cars of lemons of the late 80s and early 90s. The choice of the engine was obvious. Fangio wanted it to be Mercedes and Pagani was happy with it, with that 12-cylinder engine that represents the history of the Italian car. The Pagani Zonda series, launched in 1999 with the debut of the C12 model, represented the pinnacle of Horacio Pagani's automotive vision. The series evolved with key models including the Zonda S 2002, Zonda F 2005, and Zonda Roadster 2003, each pushing boundaries in design and performance. Special editions and one-off creations showcased Pagani's craftsmanship and customization prowess. The Zonda's legacy extends globally, establishing Pagani as a leader in hypercar innovation. Let me know in the comments whether I should make a video on the specific models. In 2003, Horacio Pagani begins to conceive the Huayra project. The study was born when the Zonda, whose design dates back to the early 90s, was likely to leave room for innovative models designed by the competitors. Maximum expression of technology and of the automotive world. These were the ambitious goals Horacio was setting for the creation of a totally new car. The Pagani Huayra series, introduced in 2012, represents a new era of hypercar engineering and design from Pagani Automobili S.p.a, named after Huayra, the Quechua wind god. Each model in the series exemplifies Pagani's commitment to blending artistry with cutting-edge technology. This is the final part that took place in 2022. Horacio Pagani certainly had his own ideas, but he asked his best clients, those who eagerly await each of his creations, to express their wishes. They already had exceptionally fast and beautiful cars. What were they still missing? Two terms stood out nearly all the time in their replies: simplicity and the pleasure of driving. In its development, the C10 project therefore went against the main trends of the time. No hybrid power, no heavy batteries, just a wonderful V12, no dual-clutch system, just a pure 7-speed manual or sequential transmission. All this to ensure that the car would respond better than ever to its driver's every action and work with him or her to be a pleasure to drive. Classic, experience defined in new ways. With a brief like this and such high ambitions, what name could be chosen for the car that would embody them? Utopia. For the philosopher Thomas More in 1516, Utopia was a place that did not exist, and ever since the name has been given to the idealized places of which we dream. But for those who make their own future, for creators, Utopia exists. It is merely a case of finding it. In conclusion, Pagani Automobili's journey epitomizes a relentless pursuit of automotive excellence. From its inception by Horacio Pagani to the creation of iconic models like the Zonda and Huayra series, the marque has redefined hypercar engineering. Merging artistry with cutting-edge technology, each Pagani car represents a pinnacle of craftsmanship and innovation, inspiring enthusiasts worldwide. With a legacy of pushing boundaries, Pagani Automobili continues to shape the future of hypercar design, leaving an enduring mark on automotive history.